Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you my brand new Forge Guard Shield Throw, what a lot of people like to call it, Captain America build. Of course, killed Aberoth 1000 Corruption. As always, I will show you every single facet of the build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Starting off with some gameplay. Now what you're looking at right now is over 1000 Corruption on our Shield Throw Captain America Forge Guard. And we are all in on shields. We are using Shield Rush. We are using Shield Bash. We are using Ring of Shields. We are using, of course, Shield Throw. And we are dual shield build. And we are very, very strong. Not only is this great for clear speed because Shield Throw is going to hit multiple targets, you are also very tanky because you are a Sentinel with a ton of armor. And you do a ton of damage. So even at 1000 Corruption, we feel pretty good. And you can see right now, clear speed is good, and Shield Rush is a very, very fun skill. And what's great is that a lot of the stuff's automated. So Symbols of Hope is automated, Shield Bash is automated, and Ring of Shields is automated from hit, but you could also auto-trigger it whenever you want. So really what you are doing is you are shield rushing around the map, you are throwing your shield, and then when you need added damage or you want to stun somebody, you can use Shield Bash and pull out your shields when you want to. Very shield-oriented build. Let me show you Aberoth. All right, Mr. Pinnacle Boss. Welcome to Shield Throw. Final phase. What's great about this build is you have insane stun chance. Nah, we don't want you to do that first attack. Yeah, you just walk away. Lots of control over the fight. Come on, come and get me. Oh, nobody puts baby in the corner. Stun. We could take all of those hits. Aberoth, I hate to tell you this, you are not going to survive this fight. You, sir, are dead. Aberoth killer. 1000 Corruption, full shield build, including dual shields. Let me show you how to recreate this build. So now let's break down the skills for our Captain America build, and I'll try and guide you on what nodes you want to take first, starting with our main damage dealer, which is Shield Throw. First thing you want to take is Shield Barrage, and this allows you to chuck shields as fast as humanly possible. This is why you want as much throwing attack speed as you can find. And then you're going to take all these nodes over here on the right-hand side. This is base throwing, multiplicative damage, block turning into multiplicative damage. So you want as much block chance as you could find, even over 100%. You're then going to come to the right, get your base crit and crit multiplier based upon your block effectiveness. So you are all in on block effectiveness for this build. You're then going to come to the left. You're going to get attack speed. You're going to get Steel Defender. This allows your shield to ricochet off your Ring of Shields, which really helps you a single target. You're going to get additional ricochets, frailty chance, come down here, less mana cost, leech, armor, and extra ricochets. Now, if I had more points into the tree, currently it's at 26, you can get more leech and stolen armor, you can get slow chance, and you can get armor shred. Moving over to our movement skill, Shield Rush, you will notice that we have every shield skill for this build. And what we're doing is taking mana efficiency, less damage taken while rushing, stun chance, and then we're just taking overall more damage. The actual points in this tree don't matter all that much. But what does matter is over on Shield Bash. Now, what you want to do for Shield Bash is come down here and get block chance and block effectiveness after you use it, which of course you want because of these nodes here to give you more damage. You're also going to automate this skill through Power Rush, which means every time you use a movement skill, Shield Rush, you are going to automatically use Shield Bash. So you'll use your movement skill, you'll automatically Shield Bash, which gives you a huge boost in damage, and then you'll chuck all your shields. It's nice automating the skill, and then you can manually use this when you need to stun a boss or you got a big pack of enemies. You then want to come to the right up here, get additional damage per block, armor shred, melee damage per strength, and then we're taking the stun chance. We're getting more health per stun, or we're getting health gain per strength, And then this is kind of a fun Ring of Shields wall. If you have Ring of Shields out and you use this, it builds a wall of shields in front of you. It just adds to the theming of the build. You're also going to get more ricochets with your shield after you use Shield Bash. So you use the movement skill, automatically triggers this skill, and it automatically supports your throw. Very cool. Moving over to Symbols of Hope. First thing you want to do is come to the right and snag all of these nodes up here. Again, block chance and block effectiveness, because that's going to give you more survivability and damage. And then you're going to come to the left and get damage per sigil or symbol and crit chance. Pretty simple setup. Last but not least, Ring of Shields. First thing you want to do is actually come down here and get block chance and block effectiveness. Yes, anywhere you could find it. Then you're going to come to the left, boost your armor, and boost your block effectiveness again. And then you want Ring of Shields to last as long as possible, so you're going to come down here and get longer duration. Those are the skills. So now let's break down the passives. Time of recording, Captain America's level 99. I will show you where I plan on putting that final point. Now in the base tree, we're taking strength and resistances. We're taking block, and that's going to be the theme of this. You're going to see block all of the time. DR from nearby enemies, and cooldown for our shield rush and health. Moving over to Paladin next, so we can unlock Symbols of Hope. We've got attunement, elemental resistance, but really you're taking these 5 for the endurance threshold per uncapped elemental resistance. Block chance and physical damage with physical shred. If you need endurance or base health, you could take Valor as well, but this is the setup for my current build. Moving over to Forge Guard. We have 2 into Weapons Master, 3 into Steel. This is going to give us more block chance. 10 for throwing attack damage and throwing stun, which is actually, you could stun a lot of enemies, including bosses. You only need 1 point into Shield Breaker because we throw so fast that this will give us our 10 physical shred stacks. 8 point into Captain. We want as much block effectiveness as possible and base throwing, because block effectiveness is going to give us critical strike multiplier. This is a reflect build, so we put 5 into Thornmail. Up here, you're going to take your critical strike chance and critical strike multiplier. We are fully spec'd into shields, so we're taking walls and we're taking shield crafter. And then my final 5 points have gone right here into might. So once I hit level 100, which I'm 5 boxes away, it's going to go into might. My last 18 points over here are in Void Knight. We have 5 into endurance. This is going to give us less damage taken from void and physical. And if you need the void and physical resistance, you could put 10 here. I did not need that, so I put 5 down here for extra damage and leech. And then 8 into void corruption because I desperately needed the critical strike chance. So if you don't need it, you could save these 8 points. But this gives us 18% critical strike multiplier and helps us with our critical strike chance. Those are the passives. Moving over to last Epoch tools, we're going to break down the blessings, idols, and gear, starting with blessings. Now, this is what I am currently using, and just know that your blessings are determinant on your gear, so you could easily switch out some of these. None of them are required for the build. But we are using critical strike multiplier, all resistance, endurance, armor percent, and stun. And this build is very, very good at stunning enemies, which is great for survivability. Moving over to idols, this is the easiest idol setup you will ever see. Base health, this is actually not a health regen build, but we're just taking the base health and up to 150 damage reflected to attackers. Now, every 150 is 15 base throwing, and you can have up to 20 of these. So you get a ton of base throwing damage from this damage reflected, and that takes us over to the gear section. These idols are because of this item. Now, this item is required, the Reprisal Shield, and again, that's because of the stat on here, +1 throwing damage for shield throw per 10 damage reflected to attackers. So this shield is what unlocks this, or these idols' potential for getting so much damage for the build, which is very, very cool. This idol makes the build possible, and we have so much base throwing that yes, you still want added damage reflected, but you will notice on here we're actually taking block chance as the T7 affix, because in the skill, block chance is going to give you multiplicative damage. So the multiplicative damage is more important because it's multiplying off of those base numbers because you have so much insanely base throwing. So you want as much block chance as you can possibly get. Now, the rest of the items I consider best in slot, but they are not required by any means. We are using a Bleeding Heart, and we took Critical Strike Multiplier on here for added leech. We are using dual shield with Monument to Protection because this has block effectiveness and block chance. So you're going to get critical strike multiplier and block chances multiplicative damage on here. And it has more, and it increases your block effectiveness overall, which gives you more critical strike multiplier. We are using a Thorn Slinger. This gives you 1 to skills, movement skill, movement speed, throwing attack, and reflect. So those are the 4. I guess we're using Code of the Erase too. You could also use Shattered Worlds if you have one. Not required, but the Weaver item is good as well. So we're using 5 different legendaries. The rest are all Exalt. Level to shield throw, double life, and you can get throwing critical strike chance on this helmet if you needed it. Body armor, damage reflected to attackers, critical strike for shield or for throw, double health. Boots, strength movement, double health. Gloves, throwing attack speed, throwing damage, block chance, and hybrid health. Ring, throwing, block. Ring, throwing, block. And you'll notice that on the rings and on the gloves, we are taking the T7 affixes block chance and block effectiveness. Again, because block chance is multiplicative damage, and the more block effectiveness you have, the more critical strike multiplier you have, and your shield is boosting your block effectiveness by upwards of 40%. So it all works together to give you a ton of damage. That is the gear. So now let's talk leveling. This is not a leveling guide, just kind of guide you in the right direction. Now for me, it doesn't matter if I'm a Void Knight, Forge Guard, or a Paladin, I level with the exact same 3 skills. I use Rive, and I like taking the Ignite tree and multiplicative damage to ignited enemies and pull enemies in right here, just so you just easy to corral them all. I like using Healing Hands, and Healing Hands is taken as a melee fire attack, and you can automate it right here with Hammer. So you hit with Rive, which automatically uses Healing Hands in its melee form, and then you use Lunge to bounce around the map with Warrior's Renewal, so that every time you use Rive, it is resetting Lunge. So you lunge to a pack, hit them, auto triggers Healing Hands, lunge to the next pack, and you're just lunging throughout the entire map. Also, the reason why I like taking the fire approach is there is so much fire leveling gear. Yeah, I mean, there's every single slot has a good item for leveling, especially if you are leveling an alt. So anyways, I like leveling with fire, Rive, Healing Hands, and Lunge. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my new Forge Guard Captain America build? Is there anything I missed? Is there anything I can do to take this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Of course, only if you think I've earned it. And if I haven't earned it, I'm going to work harder for you. At time of recording, we are 50 subs away from 99,000. Just blown away by the support from this awesome community. Thank you. Check out actionrpg.com. It's my newly launched alpha website. It's got creators like The Curse, Babbling Bike, Frozen Sentinel, and myself with over 37 build guides. So if you're looking for something new or fresh to do in Last Epoch, you're going to find it there. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron.